Okay, I apologize. My phone stopped recording, so I will have to split this into two different videos. So let's give this a shot one more time. So I want to do the D sharp and E flat just by itself because that is the hardest chromatic to do because it's the trickiest of fingerings to do on the bassoon for a beginner. I feel so. Let's see. So 1, 2, whisper key, 2, B flat key. Okay, that's option 1, and then add the low C sharp key. So let's go from the E. Okay, it's still not giving me the sound production I want. However, let's try. Okay, so adding the C sharp key did help. So we're gonna go on. I'd start on D, and then go down from there chromatically. And then this is a D or C sharp and D flat. So this is the tough one. Okay, so the sliding the thumb on the C sharp and D flat was a little rough, just because that's not where my hands are used to being when I play. Um, I have to kind of align my wrist this way, so hitting the side key, I rose my wrist a little bit, which you shouldn't do. You shouldn't have to move. Or at least in my experience, you really shouldn't have to move your wrist a whole lot when you're playing, especially on a C curved instrument. So when I say C curved, I'm referring to both hands making a C around the instrument. I'm a firm believer that you should have relatively an easy time, but that was a big jump for me. So I think just mentally preparing myself for that is helpful. So now we're gonna actually do excerpts 3 and 4, which is essentially the same thing that I just did. So descending and then ascending. So starting on the F and then going down and then going back up. Okay, so wasn't super bad. Uh, yeah, I really don't have any complaints. It's just kind of getting the fingers to do what you want them to. Hey, can you not clean yourself while I'm trying to do this? Thank you. No, stop it. Okay, moving on to the next exercise, which is on page 43. Really getting into those chromatic notes. So learning to read those fluently is probably going to be an issue for me, I know at least, since I have a problem reading a bass clef. And we are in the key of E flat instead of F this time. So introduces A flat. So going back and reading and just playing A flat so I know where it's at. Okay. So I have a fingering chart here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, whisper. 1, 2, 3. That key. Okay. That's I didn't figure F, so that's not correct. I bet it's that one. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know if that's I don't have good enough oral skills hearing for that to know ear training. So, but what I can do, since I don't know that right off the bat, I'm putting all the correct figurings out. I finally got the correct, I think, octave when I did get it. What I can do is associate, just so I know that going from a G should be, so going from this note okay, so C, B, G. So let's see. There it is. There it is. So that is. I have to have the correct G fingering first. So I apologize. So, doing that, I think that. Aside from that, should be set to go. Except that high E flat. I wanna at the end. I wanna go review that E flat. Let's look. Aha. Okay. Yes, that's that one. That's the finicky one. So, starting on a G. Let's just give it a shot, sound read it, and then go back and fix the issues if there are any. Stop. Stop. Sorry, I have to discipline my cat. Okay. Okay, so overall, for our first read, introducing all of those new notes wasn't super terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't awful either. Yeah, I think now that I've played it through once, I know how roughly it should sound. I do want to go back and try to get better intonation a little bit. So yeah, let's go through and try one more time doing good intonation and the right fingering and all of that good stuff. where it's at. I know my embouchure's running a little thin, and my throat can't really honestly take very much more of talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on just so I can get through the exercises. So we're going to go on and play exercise 3.13, which introduces the F sharp. So I'm gonna play an F and just try to figure the F sharp. Okay, not too terrible. Just adds the key below the pancake key. So, all right, let's try this one. So. Okay. I want to be able to get through all of them, so I'm going to leave that one where it is at. That one needs more practice. I just don't have the physical ability to give it that at this direct moment. So now we're going to go through and do page 44, the scale song. So we are in the key of F. This should be a nice break from the last couple, not using any of those new fingerings. This one is in the key of F, so it should be relatively simple. Notes that way we know. So, but is using different kind of rhythms. So. Okay, so I do want to go through this one more time. I do need to turn on some air conditioning because I'm overheating just a little bit. So let me turn on the air really fast. Make sure the bassoon is resting securely as it is not going to fall. So, okay, there we go. Turn the air on, make sure I'm sitting in the same spot that I was before I got up. Hopefully this will help me be able to continue, because as a teacher I can't just quit when I'm sick, so I'm trying to find ways to cope. So that's a little low. I have to readjust my seat strap. Okay, and then there we are, back again. So let's try the scale slide one more time. Okay, I want to isolate that specific measure because that is the measure that seems the hardest to me, and that's what I'm doing in classroom, is isolate that specific measure. So that's what I want to do with myself. So starting on that G. Okay, one more time. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to continue. I don't have time to sit and just shed this the entire duration of this lesson, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. It should be relatively simple, I think, because, excuse me, my throat hurts kind of bad, and I'm not able to produce a sound because it's just hard to breathe. But I'm going to go ahead and move on anyway. So this is getting into the low register on page 46, introducing a lower chromatic note. Oops, I accidentally closed it. So I'm going to go ahead and learn these low notes. I'm going to take some time learning these low notes. So starting on F and then going down like I have on previous ones. So you start at a point that you're familiar with, and you're not starting on like a really, really low note. So, I see pancake key is used a lot now. So these notes are very, very hard to get out. You really have to have an open embouchure. I'm getting it, but it sounding good is not really happening. I have a funny feeling that this is a it's okay, sorry, I was reading the handout, making sure I wasn't missing anything. Oftentimes the handout will give you you know, tips or for learning the new excerpts that they have listed. So I was reading that, make sure there wasn't anything I was missing. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna sit here with the fingering chart and try to go down and back up the scale, and focus on getting those notes to sound somewhat decent, for lack of a better word. So start on that F again and go back down. Okay, that was really great actually. Once I figured out how to anchor my thumb, I think you probably heard that when I was doing, I think the transition from D to C sharp, going down, I kind of trying to figure out how to anchor my thumb, excuse me. Okay, so yeah, that's essentially what that exercise is doing. It's going down and back. I wonder if I can tongue them though, because the two exercises 3 and 5 are focusing on tonguing, and they're both descending the same notes, but one's tonguing and one's slurring. So I do want to try that. I am gonna go back to my fingering chart though, because I do not know those notes just quite yet, so I will probably not get that. So hold on, let me go back to that. Actually, you know what, I can do that another time. I want to move on to Deck the Halls with the last amount of physical activity that my body can handle for today. I didn't want to play Deck the Halls, the last excerpt in this practice journal. So just give me a minute. I'm gonna get a drink of water really fast. Make sure to set down my embouchure. That's another thing too, is when I'm a teacher, I'm gonna sit here and talk for a little bit. Because I'm feeling a little nauseous. So, and I have plenty of time. But as a teacher, I think it's important to remember that it doesn't always have to be go, go, go. You don't always have to be sitting there practicing, or just drilling your kids. It's important to give them a little bit of a brain rest, and sometimes a physical rest. Oftentimes you don't have kids that need to take physical breaks, but sometimes, you might. So making sure that is something that you're aware of. If a kid has a physical ailment, give them a rest, honestly. Also, since this will be the last time I get to talk to you, Brisa, directly, I do want to tell you that my wrist is not hurting at all anymore. I did not talk to Hannah about the brace because fixing the boot, or the boot strap, the seat strap, was enough. I'm not having any pain in this wrist now. It's just me using my fingers, but it's not actually like hindering my wrist anymore. So I do want to tell you, thank you for that. That is a good teaching strategy that I will use with my future students if they have similar problems. But yeah, I'm going to take a water break really fast, get some water. Okay, Oh, goodness. Okay, so onward. I've talked long enough. Let's do Deck the Halls, the last song in this on the bassoon. So kind of sentimental. So let's look at the key signature a little bit. So this is using a B natural. I see because it's in the key of F, so there's B flat, but I do see in the third line in the first measure there is a B natural. So make you know that when that pops up. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. Okay, it goes down farther than what I'm used to, so I think that's using pancake key. That's going to a low E, so let me just go back up. Yep, okay, just adds the pancake key for that fingering. Okay, let's go back to the start and figure along while I sing it. This is a helpful teaching strategy when you're not quite sure how to figure things, and just prepares your body and your mind to play. So, deck the halls with... Oh, I already missed a note. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, holly, fa la la la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Okay, so I think I got it. I might not. We'll see. Let's just go ahead and play it through once, and then I'll see. I'm gonna take it a little bit slower than the traditional. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. My fingers can't move that fast. So I'm gonna probably go deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna go that tempo. All right. I know my limitations, my body cannot take anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and take my read off and talk about Deck the Halls a little bit. So, this, I would ultimately like to go through it probably two more times, ideally. My body just can't take that right now, I apologize. But I will comment about what I would change. So, getting into the lower registers, using the dole, tugging, and embouchure setting, utilizing that more, I think would help achieve getting those low notes out and having them speak on time. Also, I didn't miss that be natural, so that's a plus. Trying to find something that's positive. is helpful not only for your mental health but for your musician health. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, it was a little slow, so maybe, on the third playthrough, probably trying to get it up to tempo a little bit more would probably be helpful. Let's see. What else? Oh, I did want to mention that I thought about something when I was playing. So I've done this thing, which I do in oral skills when I'm using solfege, when I learned solfege. Anchoring to do has been very, very helpful. Now, in this case, do, I'm not using movable do, which is very, very weird because I've only ever learned movable do, but I'm anchoring my fingerings around C, because C is easiest for me to remember. That is 1, 2, 3. So if I see something, for example, the leap from, let's see, third line, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth measure into the fifth measure, that leap was initially quite scary. But when I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, yes, but I'm playing down there and everything is fine, so those low notes are probably fine, but that jump is only one finger lifted from C, so it's only that. It's making that connection in my head while I was playing was helpful. Probably mentioning that to my students when they're playing is really helpful. I literally cannot speak anymore, so I'm going to have to end the video, but thank you, Dr. DePaula, for your instruction. It's been very, very helpful as an educator, so thank you.